guys, it's Dan here again. Whew. It's alright, I'm hot because I've just sort of like got here. I've just had to hike up a big hill and push my bike up at the same time, so I've actually come out on the bike. I've just decided to come out and basically do a bug out. I've come to the spot that I've been a couple of times. Got here, I've not been here for about a month. Everything's just how I left it. I've got my fire screen back there, got my little bit of a wall, although the bracken's all dried off and stuff, but yeah, anyway. So I saw the forecast this morning and it said it was going to be pretty warm tonight, about 16 degrees, and for the 28th of September, that's pretty unheard of. So yeah, I was in town, so I sort of like met my mum, so I just sort of like thought, you know what, I'm gonna go out. So I got myself a nice steak in here, nice sirloin steak. I'm gonna cook that straight on the coals. But in order to do that, I need to get some firewood. So yeah, that's gonna be priority number one. Actually might be priority number 2 and number 1, because although I looked at the forecast just before I came out, it's about 5 o'clock now, it took me about an hour to get here, and it said it was going to be fine, it might cloud up a little bit, but about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's forecasting a bit of light rain. I thought, okay, not a problem, got plenty of time. On my way here, looking over, I don't know, it's looking a little bit light rain. There's some pretty thick cloud about as well. The cloud will keep it warm, but I just hope it doesn't rain, so I might just quickly just throw the top up and just chuck my bag and the camera just underneath, just to be on the safe side. And then if firewood I can collect, that can go under there as well and keep it dry just in case. So yeah, but anyway, that's what I'm going to go and do now. So yeah, 'cause it's about 5 o'clock-ish now, sunset's at 7, 2 hours of daylight, and it will go dark quickly, as it does at this time of year. It goes really dark very, very quickly. So anyway, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to get on. Okay, so I'm just going to do this handheld for a change. So, got my tarp up there, got my gear under the tarp just in case. My hat and my shirt's just sort of drying out over the fire shield, and my bike's there. I'll probably lay that down. This probably isn't in focus, but yeah, I'll probably lay that down. But my next job now is I was just gonna go and get some firewood. It's quite breezy tonight as well. So I've got these rocks here. So what I might do is I might just put my fire around that, or build like a secondary little wall with them, just to shelter it a bit from the wind, just so the wind doesn't eat the fire really quickly. But yeah, right, while there's still some light, I'm going to try and get some wood. Okay, so got my oak, managed to find a good enough amount of dead standing. There's plenty there that will get my steak nice and tender. Got some other bits here. I would like to go out and try and get some birch if I can, because that'll get a real good initial heat into the fire. So I'll have a scout round and then I'll get processing this down. It's true what they say about a fire, that it heats you 3 times. First when you're gathering it, second when you're processing it, and then obviously third when you're burning it and you're chilling out by it, or trying to get warm by it, either way. But yeah, it definitely does warm you up. So yeah, just need to find some birch now. Right, so I've done the hard work. So I've got my nest there ready, which is on a raft because the ground is pretty damp, and then here well, that's sort of like the second stage. And then I've sort of like got a couple of bits more, and then I've got the thicker stuff underneath. But apart from this nest here, this is all oak. So, you know, even with the bed underneath as that burns down, I'm going to get a really good bed of embers to cook my steak on. All I've got to do now is sort of, I've got my tarp up as you know, I've just got to get my hammock up now. The time is, see what the time is, I don't know if you can see that, it's 6:30. So there's about, well, the sun sets at 7:03, so just over half an hour of daylight left. So that will be my next job. I'll get my hammock up, get my sleep system sorted out, and then probably by the time I've done that, the sun will have set. I'll have about maybe 20-30 minutes to wait. I'll get my head torch out in a bit, well, in a minute, so I know where it is. I always keep it at the top of my bike, same with my med kit and my words have gone, fire starting kit, tinder pouch, that's the one. Yeah, so anyway, that's all I've got to do next, and then I'll chill it out for a bit. I'll just wait till it gets dark, get the fire going, get up some nice coals, put the steak directly on the coals, and then let that rest, and then get some beer. Yes. And again, I forgot to bring a bottle opener with me. I'll get it open. When it's beer, there's always a way. There's always a way. Especially in bushcraft, there's always a way. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna get my hammock up. Right. Okay. It's getting really dark now. I've got my hammock up. Been a bit of a pain. Made a little bit of a boo-boo. Normally, I always bring my. If you've ever seen me camping the hammock, I put the ropes up, the like tree straps that I made. Yeah, I forgot to bring them. So luckily, the two trees here are close enough, and I've sort of managed to do it. I've tested it out, but basically what I've done is I've just slung, because I've made all, you know, this series of knots in here. I've just put a bit of an oak round, and I've done that on the other end. Just means, but if you can see here, now my hammock is probably 6 inches over, but I can just sort of like adjust it with these knots here and just pull the tarp over a bit. It shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, one of those things, you know, got to learn to adapt. And actually, in a sense, knowing that I can do that as well, and it works, saves me a bit of weight. You know, provided I know that, you know, my trees aren't going to be too far apart from each other. I mean, the straps are designed to go around the tree anyway. So, but yeah, it just means I can save a little bit more weight in the future, which is always good. Save weight is brilliant. So anyway, I'm just going to sort the tarp out a little bit now, and then drink a bit of water, I think, and then just wait for it to get dark, which is getting pretty dark quickly. That wind's getting really up, and I must have got to apologise for the sound quality, because when the wind's going past the microphone, you're going to hear it a lot. I haven't got my stereo mic that I normally carry with me. Try to go even lighter, so yeah, I'll try and sort the sound out in post a bit anyway, try and get some of this. The sound of that going through the trees is a bit like background hiss, so hopefully I should be able to isolate and get it out. So anyway, yeah, just going to sort the top out, chill for a bit, and then I'll see you when I'm about to make my fire. Yeah, it's going to be a really good night tonight. Feel it. Feel pretty relaxed. That's what it's all about. Ah. Come on, baby. There we go. She's catching. So anyway, that's my steak. Just going to strain on. Just going to keep turning it until it's cooked. Oh. Okay. So, still a little bit of bounce in the middle. Done on the outside. I think that's good. Let's see what I'm doing. Just while I'm waiting for that to cool down, I'll get this fire going again. Oh, I think I burnt myself a little bit on that steak. Just rolled away. Small twigs and bits and bobs on there. Small pieces are okay. Trusty old hat, give it a waft. She's going. She'll go. Okay, so I've eaten my steak, which was delicious. Nearly finished my beer. I've got about that much left, which is fantastic. It's a lovely beer. I've had it before. I must admit, it's going to my head a bit already. So the plan for the rest of the evening is basically I'm just going to sit by the fire, I'm going to drink that, get the rest of the wood on, I think,
It's about nearly 9 o'clock, and so I've probably got about another hour's worth of wood, and then I think I'll just hit the hammock, and yeah, that's it. Just sort of like try and have a really good night's sleep, and although with this wind, smoke. Yeah, with this wind, we'll see. So it is. I mean, it dies down every now and again, but then it really gets gusty. But I'm good here. All the trees around me are in really good condition, and I'm in the middle of the wood. I'm not on the edge of the wood, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem. There's not that much wind down here. Obviously, it's just hitting the treetops. But so yeah, just gonna finish my beer. Chill out, and then hit the hammock. So I think that'll be it for tonight. I'll catch you in the morning. See you later.
Morning. Well, last night was certainly interesting. That wind kicked up, didn't sort of like die off at all. There was a period about, I think it might have been about 1 o'clock in the morning, it got really windy for a period of time. You know, through the trees it sounds like you could hear it in the distance rushing towards you. And obviously the trees were moving a little bit, so I was getting a little bit of like dip and stuff in the hammock. Wasn't too bad. It rained about 3, not heavy, just a little bit of light rain. It's cold this morning, so I didn't get a massive amount of sleep because the wind kept me awake pretty much most of the night, but hey ho, I did manage to get a few hours sleep. It's about 8ish now, so I'm just going to wait for the tarp to dry off. It's nearly dry. So when I got out of the hammock, I had a look, there was just like a little bit of pooling on top. Not too bad. But yeah, I was thinking, because there's a path sort of like just up there, and now we're starting to get into autumn, and you can see it a little bit more. So this might be the last time I stay at this site for this year. Might go and find another site. There's a place that a guy got in touch with me on Facebook and said there's a cave. It's not that far away. Well, it's from here, from where I live. It's not too far away. So I might check that out in a few weeks' time. I know I've said in a couple of videos I was hoping to go to the coast, around sort of like north of Scarborough, so like we're going to do a bit of the Cleveland Way and camp on there for a bit. And I might try and still do it in a couple of weeks or so. I'm not sure. Money's a little bit tight at the moment, and it's getting the train up there. It's not that cheap. I mean, years ago it used to be about 30 quid. It's nearly 50 quid now. So I mean, to a lot of people that's not a lot of money, but I don't have a huge amount of money. So anyway, but yeah, it would be really nice to get up there if I can. I'll try and get up there if I can, but I have to see. So obviously Christmas isn't that far away, and there's presents to buy and all that. Carry on, but yeah. Well, I'm going to try and make some presents this year. I normally try and make some gifts, but yeah, I think this year I'm going to definitely make an emphasis of trying to, and it's a bit nicer. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. So I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit. Might just go for a little bit of a wander, warm up, just wait while the tarp dries off. Probably pack everything else up, have a bit of a wander, and then mosey on out of here, get home and maybe edit this video. So anyway, I'll just say hi to all the new subscribers out there. Thanks for subscribing, it's very much appreciated. I'm probably going to do another giveaway at some point. It would be nice to do it at the 500 subscriber mark, close to 200 at the moment. So if you want to win something cool, then, and it'll be a bit of my leather work again. It won't be a tinder pouch, but it'll be a bit of leather work, something quite useful. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.